You can also contact the Alberta Reappraising of AIDS group and David Crow. We have a list of all the scientists and their background and credentials and their comments on this. Rethinking.
He's now president of Rethinking.org as well.
Okay.
David Crow.
And we have one scientist in the audience. I'd like Dr. Geraldo to come forward, please. Please come forward. I did not know he was going to be here today, but since he is here, Minette, would you allow him a microphone and a chance to sit there? Appreciate it.
Thank you. And I could just end by saying the trouble with WBAI, this wonderful radio station that has affected your life, is similar in nature to the wrongitude of mass.
The only way to help BAI today is to have Robert Gallo be hired as the program director.
Sir, can I have you give a quick sound check?
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, hold on.
Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3.
Bill's adjusting
Is it okay?
Keep talking. Talking to
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Is checking up. We are checking up. 1, 2, 3. Testing.
A little higher.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that's it. You got it. Camera's
Okay,
rolling.
tight on him on the high def.
High def tight on.
High def tight. Now when talking, look at the camera, not at
This one.
Okay, look at the camera.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Not yet.
No, you wrote the- I was- Oh, okay. Dr. Roberto Geraldo is a scientist. He has multiple backgrounds in medicine, tropical medicine, internal medicine. He also has been one of the leading dissident scientists and physicians in the United States. And he was dissenting before there was a large group, which takes a lot of courage when you realize what happens when you don't go along with a group. There's a lot of ad hominem attacks, personal attacks, and exclusion. But that has not stopped him from being conscientious enough to say what he has to say. And he's not saying it based upon his opinion. He's saying it based upon looking at the science. Thank you for coming today. I didn't know you were going to be here. Give us your understanding of the problem. Give us your understanding of what you have to say about Gallo's original manuscript versus the editing Gallo did on that original manuscript, and what those 4 articles meant when they became the entire unchallenged, unquestioned basis of the AIDS paradigm.
Yes, Gary, I think many of us for more than 20 years have been reading many documents showing that Gallo stole the virus from the French people. You remember the article that we read in 1993 in Science, speaking if Gallo was guilty of misconduct or not. We remember all the articles that were published in the Chicago Tribune and many other documents that were all over the world showing that Gallo did scientific misconduct. However, something that is very unique in the new book that you are presenting today by Ms. Janine Roberts, there is a piece of document there that were never shown to the public in all this history, and that is why I think this press conference that you are doing here, Gary, is historical. Because now we have no doubt at all with the document that Janine was able to found in Washington, in the National Institute of Health, in the Food and Drug Administration, inside the CDC, and when she found this document that these technologies from electron microscopist, when he said to Gallo before the publishing of his article, there is no virus there. Please don't publish that. There is no virus there. However, Gallo did not press attention to him. I think this is something that the whole world needs to know, because this is not scientific misconduct alone. This is something deeper. This is an intentional crime. And when we know that there are 25 million people dead of AIDS from Africa and from all over the world, when we know that there are women who are taking antiretrovirals, pregnant women, children all over the planet, in Africa. I have been in Africa, I have been in India, I have been in Europe, in many countries, in South America, seeing all these people that have been misled with the idea of there is a virus that causes AIDS that started with all this scientific misconduct that we knew before, but what is new today is that it's not only scientific misconduct, it's that what is intentional crime done by Robert Gallo. And I think one day we human beings need to do something. I don't believe Science Magazine is going to do anything, because Science Magazine has been supporting Gallo for all these 25 years. I think we humans, all seropositive people from the world, and people who are decent and have dignity, we need to join together and learn from the document that Janine Roberts are showing us today. When she showed us that Gallo, even with his own writing, he corrected the article. And the article that was going to, the article was saying that there was no virus, and he corrected and was saying, yeah, there is a virus. So we know that it's intentional misconduct, it's a crime against humanity. As you announced at the beginning of this press conference, Gary, there is, in the history of humankind, there is no such a disease that has been given so much attention like AIDS. Like cancer, high blood pressure, cardiovascular diseases, never, ever a disease has been given so much attention like AIDS. Everybody's talking about AIDS, about HIV all over the planet. And now we learn from the book of Janine Roberts, her excellent book, and she's an example of scientific, really scientific journalism. And we found in that book that that we were misled by this guy, Robert Gallo. Now, it's not that we need to put all the blame on Robert Gallo, because many people know that everything is wrong. Our friends that are inside the National Institute of Health, we have friends inside the CDC, and we know by some of them that people in the top of the government of the United States know for years that nothing is true with HIV and AIDS. However, they haven't done nothing. So we cannot expect that people in the NIH, in the CDC, are going to correct anything. The correction will come from all of us, decent people from all over the planet, who are going to obligate them to get a decent way, a dignity way, and we are going to do that in the name of all those who are now dead, and that in the name of HIV and AIDS, and then all those people who are dead, I ask them, the spirit of them, to help us in the fight against these evil scientists that we have in America and in many other countries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for letting me talk.
Celia Farber, would you like to make any statements?
Come, Celia, come.
Please,
No, I'll stay in my seat. I really love listening to you three.
if you have something to contribute, please.
Well, I'm not.
Go up.
I can't really overstate how impressed I am with Janine's work, and having been involved in this since 1987 and reporting on it since then. Many of us had all virtually given up on the possibility that there would be something new that none of us knew about, and this is explosive, and it's just amazing to me that it was really right. It was right there the whole time, but it took somebody with the courage and tenacity of Janine Roberts to go after it and to find it. What we can do with it is I absolutely agree with everything Gary has said. What should be done? I think I tend to agree with Roberto that I don't hold high hopes that Science Magazine will snap out of the quarter-century trance. But I just want to salute you all and thank you, and however I can help, I'm still here.
Good, thank you, and thank you for all your good work, Celia. Celia Farber has written some very important articles that have continued to inspire hope, but we needed something more concrete. Otherwise, one side of the Orthodox community could say to the dissenting scientists and activists, well, you have no proof. And now we do have proof. Now, let's say science